Well, good morning and welcome back to the Northern Irish Coast here in Northern Ireland. It's a windy one out there. I think it's going to be a very cold one as well. That wind chill is taking us down close to very low single figures. So, as I said in my previous vlog, here in the Northern Irish Coast at this time of year, we obviously don't get direct sunlight at sunrise or sunset. Now that's true 90% of along the way, but if you bring yourself just to the sort of northeastern tip of the Causeway Coast, you can just get a little bit of a sneaky view of that sun on the horizon at sunrise. Now, I'm personally not a huge fan of shooting directly into the sun at sunrise or sunset. I prefer to photograph what the sun is illuminating. Given the fact that we will see the sun at sunrise, that's obviously when it's going to be at its softest. So while I may not include too many frames with the sun in the frame, having what the sun is illuminating right at the point of sunrise is kind of what I'm going for. So I've actually brought myself along to Torr Head. Always remind myself how gnarly the little road is coming down here, especially with lots of wildlife, lots of hares jumping out in front of you trying to commit hara-kiri. So going to be a windy day. That's going to be probably the biggest challenge with grabbing the tripod out. Conditions are looking very nice. Lovely big textured clouds in the sky. Looks like there's maybe a slight bit of cloud on the horizon, but little gaps here and there. My one concern is that the cloud that is currently giving us some lovely mood in the sky is due to dissipate quite a lot over the next hour and a half, 2 hours, so it's a bit of a balancing act. But let's take a wander up and seize what we can see. Welcome to Torr Head. Apologies for the crouch down mode of operation here. As I said back in the car, very windy coming in from the east, and so unfortunately I've just taken a couple of test shots to the location that I really wanted to shoot, and even though on the back of camera it looks reasonably sharp, when you zoom in you can see that the vibrations with the wind are just too strong. So I'm having to kind of rethink my framing, my composition in locations where I'm a bit more protected, hence the reason for putting myself down behind this big rock. Now, one of the benefits of this location is there's lots of huge big sweeping bits of rock that again hopefully will take on some of that early morning light, and the little fisheries building is obviously lovely sort of light colour, hopefully taking on some of that light as well. So I'm kind of working now on a couple of compositions that I'm still reasonably happy with, but also afford me that protection. Thankfully, those clouds are remaining over my composition, and they're just starting to take on some early morning light. So fingers crossed. But I'm going to go back to lining a few more shots up, ready for sunrise. And it is blooming cold. It's just teasing me here. Literally just after I had spoken to you, the wind kind of calmed down. Actually, here it comes back again. It is teasing with me. Let me get back down into my little sheltered spot. Yeah, reasonably happy with the composition. I love the clouds, absolutely love the clouds, and I'm really hoping that they take on some colour. Now, I think the composition that I have is probably going to take on some of the early morning. Hopefully you can still hear me. Hang on. Hopefully this is a little less windy. The composition that I've got set up, horizontal composition, I think it is actually going to include some of the rising sun, which I'm not that fussed about, but we'll see how it works out. But yeah, making the best of a windy job. Let's say it's those clouds, fingers crossed, they keep nice and textural. That's a word, trust me. Pants! So that lovely texture of cloud, remember what I said coming over in the car, that cloud was slowly dissipating? Well, it's dissipating faster than I had hoped for. So I think the sun has just risen. There is a pesky bank of clouds on the horizon, but it looks like there's a gap maybe 5-10 minutes after sunrise. So, but yeah, the clouds are slowly moving away, and they haven't really taken on any of that pre-sunrise colour, but there's still time, and it's still windy. Ooh, I can see the sun. She's looking nice. Rather nice indeed. Proof that on the Causeway Coast in November you get to see the sun on the horizon, and we're starting to get some light in the clouds above. Looks beautiful. Right, back to focusing on this. Well, this is rather pleasant. So I'm still set up in the same composition. The sun's now sort of rather bright in the frame, but actually I'm less interested in using these next few images on the sun directly, rather what it's illuminating, and actually doing a bit of time blending in there as well. The sun's just sort of kissing some of these sort of foreground rocks, and certainly the building, little fishery down in the harbour. So my plan here is less about using the sun side of the frame and more about sort of just painting in some of that beautiful colour. And then once I've probably got another couple of frames from this position, I'm going to start. There's a couple of other locations, a couple of other sort of compositions in this area that I think I can hopefully use without including that sun in the frame, which is now, in my opinion, too bright to really include in any further compositions. Goodness me, it's a little bit cold. Oh. So just a little tip, now that I'm not including the sun in the frame and obviously focusing on what the sun is illuminating, what I'm looking for is kind of sides of objects, so sides of rocks, what's going to really suck in most of that colour. And I brought myself down to a little sort of a bit that is a bit more exposed that I was hoping to kind of shoot from originally, but I thought I would kind of give this a go now that I've got a couple of the main ones from sunrise out of the way. And the main thing that really sort of was in my head when I was sort of thinking about this composition was knowing the direction and that the sun was going to be coming in and looking for those sides. You know, if all you're shooting is kind of flats and kind of, you know, the sun's maybe just going to kiss off those. So I'm really looking at, think of it the side of the gable of a house, you know, the sun's really sort of beating in there. And in fact, what gives me a little bit of extra benefit here, if that sun does now break through, is almost kind of a reflection of each other. There's a side of rock that picks up the sun that then reflects off another rock that would otherwise be in a little bit of shadow. So just a little tip, look for sort of sides of objects when you're hoping to illuminate the sun. The clouds are absolutely stunning, but it is so cold. And once again, you know, this far north, wow, there's some gorgeous light just coming across the sea there. Just beautiful, maybe carrying with it just a little bit of moisture. And again, this far north, you know, here we are a good hour and a bit after sunrise, and the light when it comes out is still absolutely beautiful. Spots a little forest up there and thinks, ooh, somewhere else to go. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh. See, now we're starting to get some light just dappled in across the actual causeway as well. Oh, rather nice. Right, back to photography. Oh my god, I think this is some of the best light that I've ever seen here on the north coast. Seriously, it is absolutely stunning, and it just keeps coming and going, as you can see. And when it comes back, it illuminates a different part of the landscape, so there's almost a different feel to the image. Oh, there it goes again, coming and going, coming and going. Oh, it's beautiful. It's just stunning. There's some moisture in the air, giving some drama. Oh, sorry for getting so excited, but actually no, you know what, I'm not. This is, for moments like this, is why I love doing this. Even without the camera, to be here pretty much alone, unless there's someone standing behind me. Is there someone standing behind me? No. To be here alone watching it, just gorgeous. Kind of wish I had the van with me so I could go back and grab a cup of tea in a bit, but hey, beautiful. Well, that was pretty spectacular. Really cold, really windy, but some of those moments of light were just spectacular. It's kind of one of those moments where you think to yourself, I wonder, did I get anywhere close to doing it justice? Oh my god. just such beautiful soft light, just that real stormy light. Gorgeous. Kind of mainland Scotland out here. Rathlin Island getting a bit of dapple light. Just beautiful. Just gorgeous. As I say, I hope I've done it some way justice. Look, I'm going to carry on shooting, but finish the vlog here. I almost broke my neck. As always, hope you guys enjoyed this little ramble out on the Causeway Coast. Oh, the light's still going, wonderful. I'm off to shoot some more. I'll catch up next week. Bye bye.